Good. How are you guys?
We're live.
All right. Is everybody ready? Jen, are you good? Are we got a lot of people still coming in?
Yeah, but they're coming in still. But you can go ahead. They're
All
slowing
right.
down.
Well, welcome everybody to the fourth annual New York State Craft Beer Competition. For those brewers that are in the Zoom room and industry folks, welcome. And for those that are on Facebook Live, the consumers, welcome. We're very much happy that you're part of this fourth annual beer competition. This year's competition is presented by Marathon Energy, and this year's ceremony is presented by Marathon Energy, and the competition was sponsored by 1886 Malt House. So many thanks to both of them for sponsoring the competition and ceremony this year and helping us make it a reality. So also many thanks to all of our brewery members. We really appreciate you, our allied members, as well as our official sponsoring partners. Right now, it's really hard time for everybody. And as a nonprofit trade association, we really rely on all of you and your membership to help keep us going and do things like this. Thank you also to all the judges and the volunteers for the competition who make it possible. In normal years, it takes up to 60 judges and over 100 volunteers to pull off this competition. So it is no small feat. It is the second largest beer competition in the country. As I wait for the PowerPoint to save and auto recover. Sorry about that. That's some of the goofiness that we're gonna deal with. So that it's a big competition, and there are a lot of the judges that are in the room. So thank you to the judges. We really work hard to get qualified judges. There's a lot of them in the room, and they travel from all over the state to be here. So sorry, just stalling one more second so that I can change the slide.
Just added the Facebook Live link to the chat room for anybody that wants to share it.
Let's see here. Sorry, here we go. Now I'm good. So moving on. I think that when you mention the judges and you mention the volunteers, a lot of people don't understand is how we pull a competition off that's this big. And we couldn't do it without Raise a Glass Foundation. Raise a Glass Foundation is a nonprofit in Rochester, New York, who painstakingly receives every single beer, numbers every single beer, make sure that they stay cool and in storage, and organizes over 100 volunteers. As you can see in that bottom photo, that was last year. That obviously was not this year, but that's all of the judges and volunteers. That's what it takes to put on this competition. And they do it seamlessly. And what's even more incredible about Raise a Glass Foundation is that the fee that we pay them to administer this competition, 100% of that goes to a nonprofit called Interval. And Interval is a nonprofit that saves lives every day by collecting sterile, unused medical supplies and gets them around the world to the most neediest parts and to the most people in need. So that's just a little bit of a background of what it takes to put on this competition. So welcome. I want to say welcome again. I want to kind of give you a little quick backstory about this year's competition. This was our largest in history, but it had to be modified at the very last minute. I'm sure all of you remember around mid-March and things were starting to close in on us, and this competition took place on March 14th. So as things were shutting down and capacities were reducing, we were really left with some questions that we had to answer. And one of those, should we do it at all? And so we decided that we would try to pull it off. Then we lost half our judges, and then we lost half of our volunteers, understandably. So we were only able to judge half of the beers because there were so many this year. And that's why there's only a few categories. And so the other decision that was made was that the beers that were going to be judged right away, because we had no idea how long it would be before we could judge the others, is that we would try to judge the beers that were most perishable. So we'll talk about those categories, all of those categories shortly. So our hope right now is that we can get to part 2 of this competition. All of the beer went immediately into cold, dark storage, and that's where it remains today. And the competition committee it was talking about, it's been about 3 months now. How long will the beer last? So we'll make that decision once we can get an idea if we can get a group back together big enough to judge the second half, or if the brewers that had entered beers, even if you want your beers judged, because they might be 3 or 4 months old by the time that happens. So if we do get to a part 2, we will judge all of those beers, and then we will also be awarding a second Governor's Cup if we actually end up getting that, just to kind of make it fair. So with that said, I want to switch it over to our Masters of Ceremonies. Chris Erickson is the owner of Lake Placid Pub and Brewery, as well as Big Slide Brewery and Public House, and he's also the president of the New York State Brewers Association. So Chris Erickson, our Master of Ceremonies, take it away.
Thanks, Paul. I really appreciate it. I'm joined to my left by the co-owner of the Lake Placid Pub and Brewery and Big Slide Brewery and Public House, although she is not she's the first lady of the New York State Brewers Association, I suppose. My wife, Catherine. So,
hi, everyone.
She will be simultaneously both helpful and unhelpful at different points of the night.
It's my job.
So I'd like to welcome everyone to the 2020 New York State Craft Beer Competition Awards ceremony presented by Marathon Energy. This is the 4th year that the New York State Brewers Association has produced the competition with the help of the Raise a Glass Foundation that Paul just talked about. Those of you who have logged on a little bit late, it would be helpful if you all could change your screen name to your brewery name or your first name and your brewery name. And Chloe has put in the comments how to do that for the people who don't know how to do that. I want to start off by sharing some statistics from this year's competition. And the competition this year was sponsored by 1886 Malthouse. We had 889 entries, which is the most ever, submitted by 175 New York breweries. As Paul said, due to the current circumstances, we had to modify not only the awards ceremony, but had to modify the entire competition. And 446 of the 898 beers were judged in the first round. I thought Paul did a pretty good job explaining why we had to do that. As you all know, this tasting occurred on March 14th when we were down capacity-wise, and we all know how our life changed on March 16th. So we made the decision to judge the most perishable beers, and as Paul said, we put the rest in cold, dark storage right next to Paul's heart, with the hopes of judging them someday.
Well played, Chris Erickson.
Yeah, well, you're welcome. That was ad lib too. That wasn't even written down.
Nice. When's Catherine taking over? Sorry, when is Catherine taking over?
Yeah, right. The beer categories that were judged and for which the winners will be announced shortly are Hazy IPA. That's a style you probably have heard of. American IPA, American Double IPA, American IPA Variations, Pale Ale, Hazy Pale Ale, Kettle and Simple Sours, Fruit and Spice Beer Sour, Fruit and Spice Beer Non-Sour, Wheat Beer, New York State Farm Brewed Beer, and New York State Collaborations. As Paul said, we'll also be awarding the Governor's Cup tonight, first of 2 Governor's Cups, which will recognize the beer that was selected as best of show out of all of today's gold medal winning beers. And before we give out the first award, a few more stats. For this round, 30 judges from around the state awarded 35 total medals in 10 categories. Those of you who win medals tonight will get the medals mailed to you. The top 5 categories entered this year were the aforementioned Hazy Pale Ale at 88 entries, American IPA at 61, Fruit and Spice Sour at 73, Non-Sour at 66, and Light Lagers at 83. That one is not awarded tonight, but it's really interesting to me that the 83 Light Lagers were entered. After the gold medal of the category is announced, we will unmute everyone so you all can cheer. And then we will remute everyone so that you can stop cheering. Please remember that this is being broadcast not just here on the Zoom call, but it is broadcast on Facebook to the public. So please be careful with language and comments. And I think we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Is everyone ready to go? How about 134 sips of beer or 134 thumbs up? Category 1 is wheat beer, American, Vit, or Hefe. We had 28 entries. The bronze medal goes to W8 Belgian Wit from Transmitter Brewing. The silver goes to Vit, Brewery Omegang. And the gold goes to Gather House, Drowned Lands Brewing. Transmitter Brewing. The silver.
Congratulations.
Gold goes to Gather House, Drowned Lands Brewing.
Just so different.
Yeah.
All right, that worked pretty well. That was congratulations for the first award to Gather House, Drownlands. Category 2.
Drowned Lands just won gold medal for wit beer. We don't have a wit in here.
Okay, category 2, Kettle and Simple Sour, 15 entries. The bronze medal goes to M-Town Haze, Clemson Brothers Brewery. There was no silver in the category. Boo! I'll just boo for everybody. And the gold goes to Bel Air Sour from the Brooklyn Brewery.
Nice. Why is there no silver?
There has to be a.
And the gold goes to
Brooklyn.
Bel Air Sour from the Brooklyn Brewery. There we go. Category 3, fruit and spice beer, sour. We had 73 entries in this category. The bronze goes to Blue Raz Sour from K2 Brothers Brewing. The silver goes to Boyson Rebus from Grim Artisanal Ales. And the gold goes to the Many Lives of Our Lives, Big Alice Brewing Company.
Look at him go.
Congrats.
Congratulations. There you go.
Very nice.
I don't know if I caught it.
Yeah, Kyle.
Category 4, fruit and spice beer non-sour. We had 66 entries. The bronze goes to Elderberry Kolsch from Lunkenheimer Craft Brewing Company. The silver goes to Sap House, Westkill Brewing. And the gold goes to Salted Caramel Waffle Beer, the Lake Placid Pub and Brewery.
All right, Chris.
Yeah.
Nice job. Nice job.
Oh.
When I Salted Caramel Waffle Beer, Lake Placid Pub and Brewery. We're going to dwell on that one for a lot longer than the rest. I don't know if anyone bothers. So that,
Way to go, Chris.
Are you blushing, Chris?
that's the IPA kicking in. But yeah, that's a little weird to eat your own beer, but it's also obviously wicked awesome.
I don't expect him to be speechless, though.
I shall not be speechless. That's right.
Leave it up there a little longer for everybody.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. Category 5, Pale Ale. We had 30 entries in Pale Ale. The bronze goes to PK Pale from Millhouse Brewing Company. The silver goes to Ale Aboard Pale Ale from Twisted Rail Brewing Company. And the gold goes to Exit 40 Pale Ale, Lunkenheimer Craft Brewing Company.
Timer.
Hey. Derek.
Category we weren't even in.
It's like.
I can't go on anymore.
All right. One of the things that I want to insert here in the middle of this is a debt of gratitude to Ethan Cox from Community and Hutch Kugelman from the brewery at CIA and Chris Spinelli from Rock Brewing, who are the competition committee for the New York State Craft Brewers Association. They always have a lot of work to do for this event. This year, obviously, they had even more. So I don't know if we can unmute everyone, but we really should give these three guys a big round of
Darker beers, the maltier beers.
Guys.
Yeah, we have a few
Chris Spinelli, is that your quarantine haircut, or is that actually a haircut you got by choice?
My choice. Yeah, you know me, keeping it fancy.
Look sharp, dude. Look sharp. All right. Next category. Category 6, hazy pale ales. We had 27 entries. The bronze goes to Richard, or is it Dick? Onco Fermentations. The silver goes to Tiny Juicy IPA, Five Boroughs Brewing Company. And the gold goes to Right Time and Place, Unified Beer Works.
Okay.
They were out there. Hey.
Yes.
People are in the same room.
Joe, put your shirt on.
Your shirt on.
Me?
No, there we go. That's a great reaction, Unified, by the way. That's a look, that's a disbelief, and that's just great. Category 7, American IPA. We had 61 entries. The bronze goes to Premier, Interborough Spirits and Ales. The silver goes to Reefer Fresh IPA, Frog Alley Brewing. And the gold goes to Power Tools, Industrial Arts Brewing Company.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, great beers.
Nice guy.
Nice you. Nice you. Yeah.
Cheers.
Still laughing.
All right. We're flying through these. Category 8, American Double IPAs. We had 28 entries. The bronze goes to Intonation, Brown's Brewing Company. The silver goes to Late Night IPA, Middle Ages Brewing Company. And the gold goes to Open Wide EXP, Spider Bite Brewing Company.
Brew it. I want to go. Brew it. Great something. FaceTime that's dry.
Okay.
Boy, we are going fast through this.
We are going fast. I know. I run an efficient award ceremony.
I guess so.
A lot less distractions when everyone's muted.
You should start fist bumping everybody, Chris, personally.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Category 9, American IPA variations. We had 33 entries in this. The bronze goes to Stomping Grounds IPL, Mad Jack Brewing Company. The silver goes to White Oak Borderland, 42 North Brewing Company. And the gold goes to Elegant Pride, Prison City Pub and Brewery.
Oh, of course.
Way to go, 42.
Nice job. Nice job.
An American IPA. From New York. All these breweries.
Done.
Yeah.
What?
Mark Schultz just said it's going so fast because he's not there to interrupt.
He's right.
Ironically, right as they win an award, their whole acceptance would probably slow us down by at least 5 minutes. Category 10, New York State ingredient beer list, and this category was sponsored by the New York Hop Guild. We had 135 entries into this category, which is great. The beers entered in this category were brewed with at least 60% New York State hops and 60% all other New York State ingredients to adhere to the current farm brewery requirements. Special thank you again to the New York Hop Guild for sponsoring this category. We had our first tie. We had a tie for bronze. The first bronze goes to Necessary Means for a Necessary Means, Fiden's Brewing Company. The second bronze goes to Champagne Guapi Red from Eli Fish Brewing Company. The silver goes to Exit 40 Pale Ale, Lunkenheimer Craft Brewing Company. And the gold goes to The Many Lives of Our Lives, Big Alice Brewing Company.
Nice.
beer.
Yeah, if you enter it in different categories.
The medal is so far. Gold.
What am I doing?
One silver, one bronze.
There you go. Fight. New brewery.
Won a bronze.
All right. Category 11 is collaboration beer. We had 9 entries in the collaboration category. There was no bronze medal awarded. Boo.
Ooh.
The silver goes to Taconic Mist Hazy Pale Ale, Kings Court Brewing Company in collaboration with Torch and Crown Brewing Company. And the gold goes to Stomping Grounds IPL, Mad Jack Brewing Company in collaboration with C.H. Evans Brewing.
Nice.
Yeah, nice job, guys.
Nice, congratulations.
Oh,
No, there's a not.
It's like a Zoom meeting. I'm not.
Yeah.
Very nice. Oh, we seem to have lost our host. There he is.
There we go. Category 12, hazy IPAs. I remember for about 15 years, all we did was try to make clear IPAs. And now everyone wants hazy IPAs, which I don't know exactly how I feel about that, but that's just a little statement, little side note to the award ceremony. Hazy IPAs, 88 entries, which is the most single category of entries, most single entries in all of the categories for everything, not just tonight, I think. The bronze goes to Holographic Haze from Great South Bay Brewery. The silver goes to Dare to Know from Threes Brewing. And the gold goes to Trial by Wombat, Thin Man Brewery.
Hey, got gold.
There you go, Rudy.
Can't ever. Sure.
There it is, right there. That's a scary and fantastic label all at the same time.
That's Ron Doherty. Way to go, Ron Doherty. Way to have
Way
that.
to go, Ron.
Yeah, congratulations.
Here we go. Stand by.
Okay. Our final award of the night is the Governor's Craft Beer Cup, which goes to the Best in Show Beer. The Best of Show Beer is decided by a panel of 7 judges who go through all the gold medal winners and through debate and elimination, rank order the final beers to determine a winner. In 2017 and 2018, Threes Brewing out of Brooklyn won back-to-back, and Prison Sooty took the big prize last year. This year we have another new winner. The 2020 Governor's Craft Beer Cup is a mixed culture blended 7% sour, brewed with 100% New York State ingredients, aged in red wine barrels and neutral oak with the addition of New York State cherries and blueberries. The Governor's Craft Beer Cup goes back to New York City to the many lives of our lives. Big Alice Brewing Company, Long Island City, Queens.
Big Alice.
Congratulations, man.
Congratulations.
That's man.
Oh.
Kyle.
Awesome.
You got to dance. Come on. There you go. I can drink out of it for like a month though when Paul finally gets it to you.
What do you have to say? There, Kyle. Where are you? Kyle Hurst. Kyle Hurst and Big Alice. You guys should unmute yourself. Say something.
All right. I think am I unmuted now?
Yeah.
You are, yep.
Maybe. Hello. It's probably better that you can't hear me. Wow, this is so awesome. I'm just beside myself. So excited, and you know, this is one of our barrel-aged beers, and you know we're a farm brewery, so it kind of brings together the culmination of everything that we're kind of most proud to do, and that's brewed with New York State ingredients. And we opened a dedicated facility to barrel aging in Brooklyn, and that's been open or was open about a year, and hopes to reopen soon. But this is just really, really exciting. And you know, our head brewer John and Dom, our brewers, are, you know, the rest of the team. It's so awesome, and I'm so excited. And I don't even know what to say. I'm just so thrilled and so excited, and you know, it's a great beer. I love the beer, and I actually have a couple in my fridge. I'd run over to get it, but you know, it would be really awkward. But it is the next beer I'll be drinking, so I'm gonna enjoy it even more than I normally would.
Well,
Thank you.
congratulations. That's a big feather in your hat right there. And I can't wait to try it. I don't think I've had it, so well done.
Thank you.
This means you ship us all one for free, right?
This means the price just went up.
Well, that's great. Congratulations. Way to go.
Thank you.
So in closing, I certainly would like to say personal congratulations to all of the winners, to the consumers who are out there watching us either here on Zoom or on Facebook. I really am, I'm going to ask you to continue to support all the great breweries in New York. We need you now more than ever. And I want you all to go in there and demand New York beer at your local bar, at your local restaurant, and make sure you're supporting your local breweries and all New York breweries. It's a really crucial time for us to all come together and support each other. And to all my fellow brewers, let's all hang in there. Keep brewing great beer. Look forward more than anything else to being all together soon and having a bunch of beers with you guys. Hopefully this tonight was a little bit of a welcome respite from some of the stress that everyone's going through. And I really appreciate you guys spending some time with us tonight. Again, congratulations. And we hope to see you soon. And I'll sign off from beautiful Lake Placid, New York, where we're supposed to get 3 inches of snow tomorrow night. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you,
Good
Chris.
night, Chris. You guys.
Thanks, everyone.
New York State craft beer. Can we do a group toast?
If anybody,
Don't leave yet. Here we go.
don't
Hold
leave.
on, Paul. There you go.
Okay, so if anybody wants to hang out and ask questions, there's some beer writers on, there's brewers on. Anybody want to celebrate? We can hang for a little bit. It's up to you.
And feel
Yeah,
free
we've got to
at
do
this
a group
point to
toast.
unmute yourself.
Oh, we got to do a group toast.
I'm going to publish my article.
Muted.
Oh, was Paul? Yeah. All right, group toast, everybody.
Group toast.
Cheers.
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 Drinking yard, drinking yard.
Cheers.
All right, now it's time for the after party.
Yeah. So
Oh,
somebody-
what is up with the Red Sox license plate?
I think it's
Oh,
my favorite thing.
that, that one?
Been killing me this whole time.
I know, sorry. And it's on a Georgia license plate, no less. So,
Irony.
confusing. Sorry.
Should I go back to my screen, my normal phone name, which is Patriots iPhone?
Yeah, there you go. Now we're just gonna kill all you guys.
Bunch of New England people up here. Come on.
We used to hide, but then when we finally won a World Series, I came out and said, you know what, I'm gonna put a Red Sox on my license plate. So,
I'm proudly a Patriots fan when they were 1-15. So the last 20 years have been pretty good, and they were well earned from the first 20 years.
I have to be a Bills fan. It's not even an option.
Chris, I'm sure you're excited about the Jarrett Stidham era that's about to begin.
Hutch, I can tell you in all honesty, I one night had a few beers and I bought a Jarrett Stidham